Hello, good afternoon. It's me, Elizabeth. This will be a recorded video, not a live video. And I just wanted to share a message that I feel God impressed upon my heart a few weeks ago. I've been trying to shake it I've just been delaying and waiting, but I just felt that I had to share. I'm not going to make it too long. And this message is on completeness, and it's addressing mainly women. Um, I just want to remind you that let me just go to my script. This message is for all women, whether married, single, old, or young. Just want to remind you that you are a child of God. You're not just someone's daughter, someone's wife, someone's mother or grandmother, but you are a child of God. You see, in life, women tend to forget themselves, forget their dreams, and forget their purpose. Or they a lot of times they're made to feel that their dreams, their purpose, their passion is not worthwhile. It's not something worthwhile to chase after. It's a case of people make women feel incomplete if they're not yet married. Make women feel incomplete if you do not yet have children. And you see, I've seen a lot of instances where women are widowed, and it's like their life and their dreams and their expectations just suddenly come to an end. This I wrote about my book, What Lies Beneath the Pain. I just wrote about different aspects and pain and different situations that women go through. But I just want to remind you that you should remember you are a child of God. You should not die under someone's shadow. Don't let anybody make you feel that you are less than because you're not married. Don't let anybody make you feel that you are less than because you are married. Don't let anybody feel that make you feel like that you are, or do not feel that you are less than because you do not have children. Do not feel that you are less than because you have children. One thing that is really impressed upon my heart. Shout out to all the amazing women that have taken up the role of being full-time moms, to take care of children. I know that you once had your own dreams, you had your dreams, aspirations. You probably have your own degree or degrees and everything. Maybe temporarily you're putting all your dreams on the back burner because you're trying to raise children, especially young children that upstanding children. I want to remind you that you should remember that God has a purpose for you. You are someone's child. You're God's child. You are God has a plan and purpose for you. You know, if we read the story of the daughters of Zelophehad in Numbers 27 verses 1 to 7, that's Numbers 27 verses 1 to 7. These women challenged the status quo. It wasn't customary in the time of in the Jewish era for women to be handed over their father's property if the man died without daughters. But these women went to Moses, and Moses took the matter to God, and God changed the law for them. He amended the law for them. So whatever situation you are going through, you need to take those things to God. Do not just accept things as they are. I will say one. If you are, please, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. If you are planning on going into marriage, or you are married, and at this point, or your plan is to be a full-time mom, I'll share a story real quick. I had when I was working years back, single, not married. I had this coworker who was married. His wife just had a baby, and at that time, she took on the role of working as a full-time house engineer. She was a full-time homemaker, full-time mom. And I remember him making some snide remarks about his wife. This is, by the way, this was an agreement between himself and his wife at that time, that she was going to stay home and look after the children. And he made some snide remarks. And I had to remind him and say, is your wife not staying at home looking after your children? Now, of course, sometimes people just get lost seeing us all the successful other single women working in career, or in some instances people that are married and working a career, and now he was comparing them to his wife, and he was like, I don't know what my wife does at home all day. Let's just leave it there. We should remember that whatever your dreams, your passions, your aspirations are or where, you should chase them. In some instances, if you've agreed with your spouse that you're going to stay at home and raise your children, kudos to you. At the same time, whoever it is that the man is that you're making the arrangement with, is someone make sure you know everything about where your family is at. Know your financial situation. If your husband is running a business, if you're working full time, try and understand the nitty gritty of what he's doing. Try and get details of how your family's finances are. Find out, does your spouse have life insurance if God forbid anything happens? Because I've seen it happen. I've heard of it happen, of people that all of a sudden, the like they say, unforeseen things in life happen, and next thing they are thrown into a life of people that are not used to working, fully dependent on their spouse. All of a sudden the spouse passes away, and there's no life insurance. They do not have a will. They do not even know the investment or investments the spouse has. They don't know if the spouse has any house or things like that. We need to know the kind of person or people that we get into an agreement with, we get into marriage with. We need to understand if that's part of the agreement, that at a certain period you're going to be a stay-at-home mom. You should understand how things are run in your home financially. You should understand how things are done. You should understand the financial status of your family. You shouldn't just, if possible, these days there are a lot of, now depending on the number of children you have, there are a lot of people that are working remote. They are running small businesses on the side. Some stay-at-home moms, they are pros when it comes to getting you the best deals. Why don't you turn that into a side hustle? Get something doing. Really live your dream, live your passion. Believe me, a lot of times the men are concerned about wanting someone to be, at least most men I know, wanting someone to be a stay-at-home mom full time, because they do not. He wants to chase his dream. He wants to be able to provide for his family. He doesn't want, financially and economically, it makes sense. But I'll tell you, if you find a side hustle, something that does not interfere with your family dynamic of how, or of you raising your child or your children, your husband will really appreciate it. Find a side hustle. There's some businesses, there's some call centers. I know you can work remote at home. There's some online businesses, or take an online class. But do not forget yourself. Do not forget you are a child of God. God has a purpose and a plan for you. Do not forget these things in your chase of life, because a lot of the sad thing I see, even forget people that become, that are widowed, that God forbid, we're not praying that for anyone, at young ages. But you see a lot of instances where, because statistically most husbands die before their wives. A lot of these women, it's like they their dream and aspirations were tied to who and what their husbands were or did, and all of a sudden they find themselves empty, when, just like the widows, not just the widows in the Bible. It's written in my book, the widows in the Bible, that their spouses died, and next thing, it's like emptiness, nothing. you know if you read the Proverbs 31 woman, as much as they say be a virtuous woman, people keep thinking that, oh, being a virtuous woman is just being, no, she was a very industrious person, very hardworking. So I know that we may have, please, I do not want people to say, oh, are you, no, 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 no. It's a noble gesture and a noble, very sacrificial thing to say you want to be a stay-at-home mom. Believe me, but like I've said, I don't know who this message is for, or who the people are this message is for, but please, do not forget who you are, primarily a child of God. Understand what is going on in your family. Understand how the finances are, the status of your finance. Understand understand everything. Know the person, believe me, it's not every, especially for those that want to get married. If you know the kind of person you're going to get married to, if he's the kind of person that when he hoards his finances, or there's financial infidelity, meaning you do not want to know what's going on, or you don't know how much, or for every dime you need, you're going to be begging or pleading or getting, you keep hearing excuses. Know the person. If you're in marriage, and I understand that in some situations there might be some difficult challenges where maybe the spouse is not want to disclose and he expects the wife to work at home. Now, because we do not want division in the house, you have to apply wisdom. You need to pray, just like the daughters of Zelophehad. Daughters of Zelophehad prayed to God in Numbers 27 verses 1 to 7. You need to come up with, you need to pray and ask God how you're going to approach your husband, how that you want to maybe start with something small at home, as and make sure it doesn't interfere with the agreement of raising your home and your family. You know how you're going to start a small business at home, or how you're going to start doing some little job at home, or if you're taking care of children and you see somebody that has a need of wanting to take care of their own children, maybe how you're going to take on additional children just to help. Just I'm just trying to remind you, remember that God made you. God has a plan and purpose for you. God has so today I'm just going to dwell more on the stay-at-home mom. Later I'm going to talk about the different aspects, but God has a plan and purpose for you. Do not die in the shadows. Do not die in the background. You know, one day your children will grow. Let's say 25 years from now, they will grow, and a lot of women, they are left purposeless. They are left empty. When they become empty nesters, you still have to have a dream. Fan the embers, or keep the flame alive. Take online classes, do a side hustle, start a side business, save, learn, be relevant. Have friends outside of your home. So you know I think that's enough for today. I hope this blesses someone. Next time I'll be talking about different aspects, being single, and just different things, being a parent and the challenges that may come. Thank you very much. Once again, this is Elizabeth, and I hope this has blessed someone. And if you have questions on maybe side hustles you can do or jobs you can do, being that you're a stay-at-home mom, you can send me a message whatever platform you're watching this. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful day and a lovely week. Bye bye.